Hi, it's Tiffany Fordham.
This is Mar. What's going on?
This Two Sides Podcast.
Two Sides.
How y'all doing today?
Y'all doing good?
How you doing today, babe?
I've been better, but we here. You know what I'm saying? We got to get things done.
Sorry we're late. You know our children don't really work on our time. We definitely work on their time, so.
Right. I mean, I want to jump right into it. You wanted to talk about the post that you posted earlier?
Which one?
What's the hardest part about dating you or being in a relationship?
I actually think you have more responses on that, so go ahead.
Okay, so for those that don't really, didn't understand what I said or didn't hear it, Tiffany posted something earlier. It says, what is the hardest part about dating you? So, you meaning yourself for the other person, or being in a relationship with you or the other person. First of all, shout out to everybody that commented on my post. I want to thank y'all for the feedback. A lot of people would say that they had trust issues. I think that's the biggest one. A lot of people have trust issues. I don't know. This is how I want to do this. So I got a whole list of them here. So I'm going to say trust issues, and I really want to talk about that one. So trust issues. I feel like if you have a trust issue with somebody, then 9 times out of 10, that relationship probably will not work in the long run. Because if you just can't trust somebody, there's no reason why you should be with that person. That's just how I feel. Because if I can't trust you with small things, I can't trust you with my heart. And it's just, that's simple. The other thing was being right 99% of the time. That's another one. A lot of people have pride and they can't say I was wrong, I'm sorry, you're right, or you see a different light. The other thing I had was being too independent. And I commented on this on my page, and I said that, a lot of women, and it was a woman that posted this. Actually, it was several women that posted this that said that they're too independent. And I understand it. Men are, men are something. I'm a man. I'm not man bashing. Guys, please don't kill me. But it is what it is. We talk the facts. A lot of us are fucked up, including myself. I was fucked up. I'm still fucked up. I'm still trying to fix myself and make myself better. But at the end of the day, people are fucked up, and a lot of women. But being independent, let's go back to that. But being independent means a lot of dudes ain't doing what they're supposed to do at home, like paying bills and all that kind of stuff. And you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. So a lot of women just taking an initiative to do it themselves. And then when they get a good man, because we had this conversation in the text too, the current comments, they're being too independent. They don't know how to fall back and let that man be a man. So I just feel like, there are a few men out there. So ladies, just keep your eyes open, man. Don't shut everybody out. But the other thing was being too prideful. This is a big one, for real, because I watched my parents go through this, being too prideful, and I watched myself go through this. I watched me and Tiffany, our relationship, go through this. We both are guilty of being too prideful at times. I'm big on it. I have a lot of pride. I have a lot of pride. But I can say I'm sorry. I do when I see that I'm wrong, I do say I'm sorry. I have pride in other ways. I have standards, and I just won't break. No matter what it is, this is how I was raised. This is how I was, and I'm saying that I'm not raised, but these are my beliefs, and I'm not breaking my beliefs. So prideful, I guess that's a big one too. And Karima, shout out to Karima, Black Smoke Shop. She said this one. She said not cooking. That's her issue. She eat a lot, but she don't cook at all. So poor Yashi. The other one was this one. The way she worded it, I didn't get it, but now I understand. This wasn't Karima anyway, but it's another person. She put being told what and where I can go and do. To me, that's not a relationship. That's like a dictatorship, in my opinion. But I get it. It's freedom. You want the freedom to be able to go and do wherever you please and just be like, yo, I'm over here. This is where I'm at. And that's it, without the backlash. If that's what you mean, then I totally understand. I get it. I get that. Christina, I don't know if you want to be. Well, yeah, you did. You wrote it. Well, Christina put this on my page too, and I definitely I suffer from this too. Accepting that I have a mental issue.
Mental health issue.
Mental health issue. Sorry, mental health issue. Yeah. that's something that I deal with. Man, listen, I'm bipolar. You know what I mean? I have depression. Um, I mean, don't get me wrong. I haven't been diagnosed, but I just know what I feel and what I go through and what the emotions I go through every day. Um, a lot of it stems from just me being misunderstood. To be honest with you, a lot of it, my frustration, my anger, everything come from me just being misunderstood, and I feel like nobody's hearing me. You know what I mean? So I think that a lot of people are going through that because you're not being heard. A lot of people are listening. I mean, they're hearing you, but they're not listening to you. So that's why I posted what I posted earlier. If you guys saw that, I said, don't forget. What was the post thing I put? Don't forget to check on your strong friend. You know what I mean? Because even though that person is strong on the outside or the inside, he could be crying or she could be crying for help. And we just, we talk about mental health on this show a lot, on this podcast a lot, because it's very important in our community. Black Latinos, and we don't take that serious. We brush it off, and whatever the case may be, man up, woman up, whatever the case may be, suck it up, all that stuff, and we just go on from there. But those are the few things I had. Did you have any comments?
Phil just commented on yours and said that he needs to be alone. Like, he needs a lot of alone.
Yo, that's an Aquarius. That's an Aquarius thing. I promise you, it's an Aquarius thing. Aquarius, we like to be left alone so we can think, we can get our thoughts together, and we can regroup. You know what I mean? It's like, you know how you reboot your computer or you reset your cable box? That's Aquarius. We need to be reset from time to time. That really is us. And I've learned that about myself. And that's why I can, when he said that, I definitely identified it real quick. Anything else?
Someone said, I always feel like I need to win, even when I shouldn't be looking at it as a competition.
Right. I think a lot of relationships deal with that. I mean, I feel like our relationship, we deal with that sometimes too. I mean, just put it out there, be open, like honest. I feel like a lot of times we compete with each other. And I'm like, I'm like that, and then you're looking at me like, yo, I'm not competing with you, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Not a competition at all. What else?
Gil said, I've grown to be way too nonchalant.
I wish I had that problem, Gil.
Someone said they're stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
Sean actually commented 3 times. He said, I shut down instead of expressing myself or talking about my thoughts or feelings.
Mm.
Then he asked me how much space can he use on a thread.
Go ahead. You go all day. Where is he? Is he able to get on?
No, I don't know where he is.
That would have been awesome to get on and talk about it. Right?
I'm stubborn.
Right.
That's a big one for me. I talk too much. That's a big one for me. Even not in like an argumentative situation, just in general, I'm just a talker. Like, people keep telling me I talk too much. It's starting to be like, people used to look at it like a good thing. Now I feel like people are looking at it negatively. So I guess I'll call it out.
I guess you what? Sorry.
I said, I guess I'll call that out.
Oh, well, that didn't come from me. I don't know who said that, but it didn't come from me. I don't think I like when you talk, actually. I mean, I do. Because therefore, if you're talking, I know what's on your head and what's on your mind and your heart. That's just me. But, and I should be the only one that matters anyways. But I feel like me, personally, like I said, the list that I read off, basically, I feel like a lot of this shit is me. You know what I mean? I'm just a difficult motherfucker to be with. I understand that. I know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not easy at all. And like Tiffany always says, I use my, what you say, the right side of my brain? Left side of my brain because I'm creative, right? Mm-hmm. Left side of my brain because I'm really creative. And I feel like a lot of creative people have they have problems with relationships.
They have mental health issues.
I guess that's what it is then. Well, I mean, you know what I mean? Because it's your mind, like, well, I can only speak for me, but my mind, like, wanders a lot. Like, not wandering in a bad way. Like, I'm wondering about, like, the future, wondering about this podcast.
It's always moving.
Yeah, it's always
non-stop.
constantly moving, non-stop. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm always, and this is really exhausting. So a lot of times it can be exhausting to my wife, my kids, and everybody else around me because I'm exhausted, and then they're trying to deal with me. I'm exhausted, but I get it. I mean, that's just me.
You have any more on that one?
I mean, somebody said that they're a piece of shit.
I saw that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I'm a piece of shit too, so I get it.
You're not a piece of shit. So stupid.
I don't know. Go ahead. Anything else?
Not for that comment. No.
Okay. I want to shout out J. Cole's, man. I'm so mad he did a pop. I'm just sorry. It just doesn't pop out in my head though. He did a pop up shop in New York. Well, it was a show, and we couldn't go. So mad about that. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. Since we're talking about music, J. Cole's coming out with a new album on 420. I'm so excited. I am a huge fan of J. Cole. He can do no wrong in my eyes. I'm very biased. You will not win that argument with me. So I'm super excited because Drake is also coming out with a new album. And I love Drake. I feel the same way.
That music's banging, man.
So I'm excited to have Drake and J. Cole. And, that's the boys. And the girls just came out. And I actually had a chance to listen to Cardi B's album. I actually listened to it a couple times. I posted some songs that I really, really liked. I liked about half of it. I think even if you're not a fan of her, which I don't consider myself a fan of Cardi B. As I stated last time on the podcast, I am a fan of her story. I like her come up. I enjoy that she's winning and that she's true to herself. But even if you're not a true fan of hers, there's some songs on the album for everybody. Like there's all different kinds. Like it's very versatile.
I like you like that.
Nicki also dropped. She dropped 2 songs. I only like one of the 2, and I don't remember both their names. I know one of them was Barbie Tings. I don't consider myself a huge fan of Nicki either.
What is it?
Barbie Tings instead of Things.
Oh, Barbie Tings. Oh, okay, cool.
I actually do like that one. She came a little crazy on that one. I'm with it. I think both these ladies can win. Remy out there too. Kim doing, a little bit here
I support
and there.
all the women in hip hop,
So
man.
I think there's room for everybody.
There's room for everybody, right?
I will listen to Nicki's album when it comes out. If I don't even know if it did already. And give my opinion. Not that really matters, but give my opinion on Nicki's album. But I've never listened to a full album of Nicki ever. So I like her radio joints. I like her snippets that she does on everybody's song. I have quite a few. Yeah, but I don't have I don't consider myself a diehard Nicki fan. But I think everybody can win, and I did want to comment on that a little bit.
Right. I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I want to touch on that too because I'm just sitting here thinking about it as you're talking. And I'm like, yo, why is it like that on the women's side of hip hop?
No one's going to say anything about Drake and J. Cole.
Right.
They're not going to put them at competition.
How many male rappers are out right now? At the top of their game. Quite a few.
It's just women are catty and petty and vindictive by nature. And I don't necessarily think it's those 2 particular ladies or any of the actual artists, but it's more like the fan thing. It becomes a big deal.
But I feel like they as artists, they feed into it.
They do feed into it.
Because,
but if that's what your audience is doing, right? If that's what your fans are doing, you're going to give them what they want.
No.
And if that's what they want, I don't know.
Think about what Jay said. Jay said, "You want my old albums, or somebody that you want me to rap like my old albums, buy my old CDs." He's telling you that I'm not doing that. So if you want that, go do that. I'm over here. You follow me.
Well, Nicki's the same age as her.
And I feel like Nicki has a following where she's not following, but I feel like she has a power where she can say, Cardi B is this is my girl, support her, and everybody will support her and support Nicki.
That whole Motorsport thing was dumb.
I feel like that song, they should have been in the video together. I just don't understand why that didn't happen. And that's what I'm saying, because the women feed into it. That's the problem with women.
For sure.
I just feel like
there's room for both of them. There's no need for it.
It's room for every female artist out there. I'm sorry.
There's room for anybody who's willing to put in the work.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I'm glad. I hope both of them do extremely well. I'll listen to Nicki's album when it comes out. I'm a Remy Ma fan, so.
Shout out to Cardi. She's doing her thing though, man. Cardi Billboard charts and this and that.
They got her at Coachella.
I saw
congratulating her.
Yeah, I saw that.
She was super excited. I didn't particularly like her outfit or her hair, but it was homage to Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah,
Okay.
may she rest in peace. So that made me
That
a
makes
little
sense.
more comfortable.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
And I didn't watch her full performance, but I did see clips of Beyonce at Coachella,
Beyonce killed that show.
and she did kill it. And there was a
Killed
lot of
that
hidden
show.
messages in there supporting Black people.
Yes. Oh, of course.
And
Of
other
course.
minority groups.
Of course.
And I think HB is it
HBCU,
CU?
yeah.
SU?
HBCU.
Yeah, she had like the yellow,
Historical Black
yeah,
universities.
the colleges or universities. So she had the dancers there. She had the sweatshirt on. She had a couple outfit changes. She brought out Kelly and Michelle. She brought out Jay. She brought out her sister. So definitely shout out to that performance.
Don't get me wrong. No. Boy, the whole performance was great, but I love seeing Solange and Beyonce dance together. That was like the best thing ever. That was awesome. I thought of you and Erica when I saw that. I thought you were Erica.
I don't even like that girl.
Yeah, I'm serious. I thought like because y'all both dancing, you used to dance and all that. So I just thought about that. I was like, wow, that's awesome. Like, yo, can you imagine if y'all was on stage doing that? That'd be great.
I know, it'd be cute.
Yeah, right.
So I think that's all the entertainment.
Oh right? No, it's not. No, it is not.
Okay.
Lauryn Hill 20th anniversary tour. Oh, we got to be there. Like I said on my post, I will be selling bootleg DVDs, oils, and weaves.
So dumb.
Holla at your boy. I need these tickets, dog.
You are so dumb.
But as soon as that joint is announced, like the tour dates in Philly or surrounding areas, I will be on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need that.
So is that it for
That's all I had.
Entertainment?
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. I think I posted this too late. I'm not sure. But I posted this that said, most men are figuring this relationship shit out as we go. Praying we don't lose a good woman in the process. Our fathers, when they actually are in our life, teach us everything except how to be a good husband. And I said, do you agree?
And I said, totally.
You actually said absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Right, sorry.
So you didn't really get any comments on this either, but one. And it was Gil, and he said 100.
All right. I mean, because you know why I didn't get a lot of comments on that? I feel like I didn't get a lot of comments on that because a lot of men we're afraid to admit that. We're afraid to admit that we're vulnerable, we're weak, we don't have it. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like we're afraid of that. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be honest, like this relationship shit is hard. Like hard because number one, especially for a black man, and I'm not, and don't get me wrong, I know other races, it says males, the quote, but as black males,
it was stated from a black man,
right? But we really don't have that like that, because here's the thing, right? That kind of behavior is not really taught; it's shown. So when you see your mom and dad kissing each other, hugging each other, loving each other, or your dad pulling out the chair for your mom, making sure your mom has everything she wants and treating her like a king, queen, and vice versa, but more so him, like, you know what I mean, taking the groceries, grabbing the groceries, bringing groceries home, like just doing that stuff that like, it can be little shit, but if we don't see that, we don't know how to treat our women when we get a woman. Like we get a good woman. Like we don't know how to open. Like I make my sons open the door for every woman that we're in the mall. Hold that door for that woman. Open that door for her. So they're ask her, do she need help? Spatini, ask her, do she need help? Da 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 da. Because I'm showing them that this is how a gentleman is supposed to be. Because that's basically what it breaks down to, right? Being a gentleman, right? You're not out there playing no games as a boy. You being a real stand-up guy. You're not out there hiding your feelings. You're telling your wife or your girl what it is. Look, this is what I'm feeling. This is what it is. You know what I mean? So basically, that's what it is. And also, the other day we had a conversation, and Tiff said this to me. And I got mad. What you mean? Because she was like something about plans. Like, you never had plans. And I was like, the fuck you mean? I never had plans. Like, you know what I mean? But then again, it was like, all right, she might have a point. I don't have plans. But she was talking about like dinner. You know what I'm saying? But my mind, being Aquarius, my mind was racing. I'm like, the fuck, I ain't no plans. Like, I got plans for this, plans for that, plans for this. Like, so, but then I had to take that moment. But again, going back to my father, like my father would do shit like that. You know what I mean? My mom would say something to him and he would just, you know what I mean? Because his father did shit like that. And it was that chain. I remember I was telling you about that before, like breaking the family chain. But that's what I'm saying. So men, we just gotta, it's hard, but women, like, understand that we don't know. So, like, you wouldn't be so hard on a child for doing something that they didn't know, right? You have patience with them and you understand it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying be no fucking sucker to these men out there and just be no doormat. But when you have a good man and you know that you have one, and you can see through all the bullshit. Like I told Tiff before, like it was a poem that Tupac wrote, the rose that grew from concrete. I told Tiffany that I was that rose, and she saw that rose. She saw that seed that was growing through all the bullshit, and I'm still trying to go through all this bullshit. She see it. So, you know what I mean? But I want to thank you for that. I want to thank God for putting her in my life to see that. But again, women, when you have that and you see that, you got to do your part too. Men, we got to step up and we got to really do what we need to do. But women, when you got that man, be patient with him, man. And it says but it says like, you know what I mean? You have to,
What were you going to say?
I was going to quote something from the Bible, but I don't want to be...
You need to quote something from the Bible if that's what you...
I don't want to be biblical like that. But, I mean, the Bible, it just basically says it, though. Like, you know what I mean? Basically, it's like, a man's not complete without a good woman. So if I'm here... How you doing, Chrissy? So basically, if I'm here and I'm doing what I'm trying to do as my man, as a man, I'm trying my best to do what I need to do. I need that... And men, we need that back, that support. Hold us up. Like, it's hard. It ain't easy out there, especially, again, from a black man's point of view, it's not easy. Like we saw in Starbucks, two black men just sitting there. They got arrested for nothing. So what I'm saying, like, it's really difficult. And then we deal with that in the world. Then we come home, and then we deal with some shit that we got in the home, and we still dealing with that. We still, that's still... in our head and our heart and our mind, we angry about what's going on there, and then we don't have the we have the capability, but we weren't taught to have to separate that, to leave that out there. Now you're coming in here, and this is something new. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that, and a lot of times too, men, women, take that time to yourself. You know what I mean? Get your thoughts together. Sit in the car, drive around the block, actually, 3 times before you go in the house. Do that. Do what you need to do, because you don't want to bring that shit in your house. You really don't. And that's all I say for rapping.
So I often sit in the car an extra 5 minutes before I walk in. Mm-hmm. And if I'm lucky, the kids don't see me through the window. And that probably sounds terrible, but I really need those 5 minutes when I come home from work. But to go back to your point, so I'm about to talk out 2 sides of my face right now. I'm going to talk out of 2 sides of my face right now.
Okay.
My comment.
I'm about to say 2 sides. Like,
so, in one instance, I agree with you. If you have a good partner and they just have a lot of growing to do, that you should stand by them.
Don't be a sucker, like I said.
Yeah, but it's a very thin line. So, to what extent is the problem that I have? We as women are out here raising grown man babies, as I often call them, because there's so many of them at work that I make fun of. And if you have children and you're dealing with this man who still has all this room to grow, and your children and your own issues, it's not an easy thing. And if you're not strong, and even if you are strong, you're going to break. So to what extent, you have to be careful, because it's a very thin line. So in my opinion, one of my friends, I was talking to one of my friends, and I'm not going to say her name because, that's irrelevant. But, she was questioning her relationship, and I said, if he's not beating on you, and he's not cheating on you, and if he comes and brings something to the table as far as the household, then in my opinion, you are already winning. And if he loves you. And I say that, and it doesn't have to be, pay all the bills or half the bills or whatever. As long as he's not a fucking bum, you're winning. And she looked at me like I was crazy, and I said, because everything else you can work on, and you can fix, and you can build, and you can wait, because those are the 4 main things that a man is not supposed to do. or is supposed to do when it comes to like the money part.
Right.
The other things, whatever. But and she was like, that really makes sense. And I was like, yeah, it does, because those are the things that you have to look at. Now, if one of those things either are there and shouldn't be, or are not there and should be, then that's when I think you need to reevaluate your relationship and things like that. And maybe you need to take a step back. And it doesn't mean take a step back forever. Well, depending on what it is, but maybe giving them a space to grow and be their friend and not be in a relationship, because people that are not right for themselves can't be right for anybody, and that doesn't matter what sex they are. So to an extent, I agree with you. I mean, it depends on the circumstances. It depends on the family setting. Like if there's children involved, it really, there's a lot of factors, and it depends on the strength of that and what you're willing to go through and what you're willing to put up with, because I don't think that anyone, male or female, should have to raise someone else's child, especially if they're an adult. And that's what I mean as an adult. So I don't know. That may sound a little rude or mean or whatever, but you got to protect yourself too. So.
I mean, but and this goes. That's great what you said. I agree with it. I mean, grown babies. Grown babies,
male or female.
I was just gonna say that. Grown babies go both ways though. But a lot of times too, like I don't know, you're right about that. I don't know. That's.
So I said two sides of my face. So I said that.
Right,
the other side I was gonna say was, and I'm only gonna speak, like you said, like from a black male's, perspective, or the lady of a black male, I should say. Most black males are not taught that, right? We're taught to get as much ass as you can,
That's
when
you're growing up,
right. To chase females, not to disrespect them, but really not to respect them either.
Right, absolutely.
So,
right.
I think when you meet someone young, you are going to have those challenges and stuff like that. And I am by no means saying to accept it. That's where I'm saying maybe I can just be your friend and still here, and we can build that foundation while you get your life together. Because that pain that anyone, whether it's the male or the female side, that they're about to go through is not good, And
then not only that, but once that's there, it's not going away.
It never goes away.
It's never going away.
It gets buried or it gets, not talked about, but it's still always going to be there.
Never going
and, we're not, what did Jay say? And I quote this all the time. We weren't given the tools.
Oh.
We all going to lose because we weren't given the tools or something like that. Yeah. That shit is fucking real.
Right.
We're not, my parents weren't married, your parents were married, so you have that, but a lot of my friends...
It wasn't... I have to talk about it now. It wasn't,
Well, it was like an arranged marriage.
Right.
So, they didn't,
Well, I mean,
not
it was love there, but it wasn't in love.
I don't know.
Right.
I can't speak for them.
Right.
But...
It was... Yeah, I can... It was love there, but it wasn't head over heels, Romeo and Juliet love. Like, it wasn't like that.
So we're not shown... That you're not. That's not the goal.
Right.
The end goal is not that. Whereas in other families, it is. The end goal is always to get married, and have a family and raise a family and meet a spouse, and that's not. That wasn't even talked about in my home. Being married and stuff like that. Oh, I can't wait till you get married. Me, I'm like, Devin, I can't wait till you get married. I can't wait to do your wedding. I can't wait to see you in this beautiful dress, whatever color it may be, because she might be different than normal, And I talked to her about it, and she may not want to get married. I don't know. But I look forward to the day she wants to get married. And it just wasn't talked about in our home, so we're just not brought to that. So it's like you're trying to figure it out, and it's backwards. And it's like that with anything, And not all families. Don't get me wrong. Not all minority families, But the building, the saving, the credit aspect, the college, the house, and there's just the foundation of life is not really talked about. It's like you're 18, get the fuck out.
But see,
and figure it out.
But see, all right, But see, all right, and then that's what I'm saying. So like, okay, but then you got, all right, so now you're there, right? So you're 18, you out. Okay, now you meet this person. You know what I mean? You fall in love. Da da da. But keep can it be? Now you want to take that step. I'm a firm believer in that you should have had that conversation of how you want to raise your kids, how you want to do this, how you want to do it. Be honest, we didn't have that conversation.
We didn't have that
conversation. You know what I'm saying? We didn't. But I feel like
we did. According to one of my coworkers, I did my life Z. I'm going from Z to A.
Hey, you're right.
A to Z.
Yeah, I heard the same thing too. Somebody told me the same thing. But I mean. But it is what it is. We're dysfunctional. It works. But it's hard, but it works. But like I said, it
you just got to know yourself
right.
and make those decisions.
No, but I mean, I want to go back to that point where I was saying, like, you had to have to talk because, like you said, financial stability wasn't talked about in our household, right? Growing up. Well, in my household, it was kind of because my mom's a real big stickler on that kind of stuff. So it was kind of talked about.
My mom is too, but it was just talked about. It wasn't taught.
Right.
In my household.
Right. Well,
it was like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this.
But nobody showed you
how to. But you didn't show me how to do
right.
that.
You know,
and then when I was 17,
showed you how to do a bank book. Nobody showed you how to do that. Nobody showed you.
Exactly.
Right. I get it. I understand.
So, yeah, that's great. You're telling me all the great things, but if you're not showing me how to do something, you're setting me up for fucking failure instead of setting me up for success.
Right. So but, okay, and also, like, so I was wrestling this today. And they saw us on like relationship goals. Like how everybody, is posting out, oh, this relationship goals, da 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 da. Is that really relationship goals? What we see on Instagram, Facebook, and all that shit? Like a picture of two people together holding hands and on a beach?
It's relationship goals and what you're perceiving the picture to be. You're perceiving the picture to be a happy relationship.
Okay.
And maybe they're on vacation or whatever the photo may be. Right. Or they're matching outfits. So you're perceiving that to be relationship goals because you're perceiving it as a great picture. That's exactly what it is. Right. A picture of someone who appears to be happy. So when people say relationship goals, that's what they say. And I'm going to go back to the Emily and Fabulous John. They're dressed up for Halloween all the same. And the party.
That's what I was saying. That's what I'm getting to. Right? I'm glad you said that, right?
Because that's relationship goals. Because not for me, I've never written that, but I would love for us to all have like a family costume. Like, that's the fucking coolest thing in the world for me. And I feel like nobody in our house would do it. So on the picture, on the outside, looking at the picture, it appears as if that's a happy family setting. And as we found out, it wasn't. And a lot of times when you're looking at these pictures and you're just saying like, oh, this person is doing this and this person is doing that. They're not fucking doing that. Or maybe they are doing that and they living in a mama basement or they living in a room or, they ain't got no car or they don't have a stable environment, whatever the case may be. So you never know.
And that was the other thing I posted too. The two heads together, and one guy was like leaking all his brains into the other guys, like his thoughts to the other guys. But I posted it because I read that thing, and I was like, yo, you gotta be careful who you surround yourself with or what you surround yourself with. If you're overdoing it with social media, just all you're seeing. What's that word again? Like when you see something, oh man, it's a term. Like when you see it, it's like. Whatever it is. But anyway, you're seeing something constantly. You're seeing these relationship goals constantly. So now you're turning
brainwash.
But all right, but it's a different term. But yes, brainwash, right? But a different term for it. But it's like you're seeing that. So like you said, perfect pictures. That's what you want. You want a perfect picture. So now this is what you think relationship really is. But relationship is really not. Yes, it is perfect at some points. But it's really hard fucking work. If you want something, you have to work for happiness. Just like you have to work for it. You can go halfway. I got to come halfway. And we have to work for this to be happy, right? Same thing I was telling sincere about. Anything in life worth having, you have to work for it. But I mean, I just feel like the society is just like promoting all this stuff, but you're not being real. Like, be real with it. Like, yo, like, just to give it mental health. Like, we're not real with it. We're not real with these relationship goals. Like, I just feel like, for me, when I saw my grandma and my grandfather together, that's relationship goals. They're not on no beach. They ain't driving no Benzes. But they've been together for so long. They've been through so much. But there's love. They love each other. Like, right now, if they, you know what I mean? That's true. That's relationship goals to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
a lot of people have called us relationship goals.
Yeah, I heard that too. You know what I mean? And honestly, the love is there. Like, it is what it is. I had a long conversation with my mom yesterday. Oh, God. It was like a 2-hour conversation long. Just about us. And it was just like, it's like the more and more I talk about you, is the more and more I get like, I don't want to sound corny, but I don't want to sound corny, but like,
you can sound corny.
I get all mushy, like, oh man, I'm like, my mom was like, ugh. Like, she was like, yeah, like, she made that noise, like, but it's just, it is what it is, though. Like, I mean, you can get on my last nerve, but there ain't nobody else I'd rather be around. Straight up, like, it just ain't, it is what it is, like, and that's just what that's the truth. That's relationship goes to me, in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
So anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, I digress.
No, the point of it for me was like, don't be afraid to just be friends with somebody. Like, even if you're feeling them like that and you want to be with them and you have feelings, but if you know and you can see, and women and men, don't be blind. I was blind from Marquise's, shit. And
all my shit, jeez.
And maybe I wasn't blind, or I just, maybe, I don't know what it was. You can call it what you want, but don't be blind to it. There's nothing wrong with being friends and letting them work some of those things out. It doesn't mean you're not a ride or die. A ride or die doesn't mean you gotta suffer through shit because you want to be with this person. Like, the end result is going to be the end result regardless of what you do. So even if I didn't stay through all of that, I feel like we would still be married today. And maybe it wouldn't have been, when we got married. Maybe it would have been later. I don't know. Maybe it would have been before. I don't know. But I feel like we were supposed to be together and we would have ended up together. So I just feel like there's nothing wrong with waiting. And if I was to give my daughter the advice, I would be completely honest about that. I would have told her I would have waited, and I would advise her to wait. I mean, any female that I cared about. Right.
I mean, and I give the same advice to guys. Like, yo, if you ain't ready to get married or you ain't ready to be in a committed relationship, you just want to go out there and play around, then do that. Just go play around. There's nothing wrong with that. To me, if you're single and you're not committed, ain't nothing wrong with that. Go do what you do. Honest. But be honest. Like, just be completely honest. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's it. You have anything else, baby?
No, man. I do have other stuff, but we just went
That was a great conversation. I love it. Like, keep them coming.
So I posted this a couple days ago.
What was that?
My wife named her son after her first love, and I had no idea.
Hell no.
So the paragraph reads, "This is my throwaway account because she knows my main account. My son is 5, and about 2 days ago, we were out shopping and ran into a high school friend of hers. She was catching up when she told her friend that we had a son. When the old friend asked his name, my wife hesitated, and then I told her. She had a strange look on her face, and then she said, 'You mean like your ex-boyfriend?' Our son's name is very unique to the point that I've never met another person with the same name. Now she refuses to talk to me about it. I feel betrayed and disgusted with her. It's just like a switch was flipped in my mind, and I just can't look at her the same way." So I got 27 comments on this.
Dude, I bet.
Asked on people's opinions. And the first one I want to read was the last comment on there, and I thought it was hilarious. And I didn't think about it like this. I mean, I did, but I didn't say it or whatever. So my cousin said, "First of all, the old friend was petty as hell." She has a whole paragraph, so I'm going to stop right there. There was some real fucking petty shit. If I run into you after all these years and I just introduced you to my husband, and he told you that our son's name, whatever, and you knew it was from the ex-boyfriend, like, why would you say that out loud? That's not a friend to me. What's wrong with you? You just caused all these problems, right? Because maybe the girl just liked the fucking name. Like, maybe it wasn't nothing. Maybe it wasn't because it was her ex-boyfriend. Maybe because it was a hot-ass name. He did say that it was
a unique one. You can name your fucking dog that then.
Really? You still would be mad about that.
I'll keep the shit out of doggy talking mouse.
Most importantly, though, they've been together at least 6 years, and she never thought to bring that up. I know some people feel differently when it comes to exes, but why not mention it? Naming a baby is typically something a couple does together. Right. It is such a unique name. I'm sure he asked her where she heard it. It only makes her look like she's hiding something. Kiara said, "My dad did this with my younger sister, but we call her by her middle name." Wow. Someone he was dating. The real Jay Bezel said, "I would be cool off her. I mean, she's my wife, and never did she mention or bring up the ex." Excuse me. After she had the nerve to name our son after him, fuck that. I'm cool.
Right. I'm out. Like this what else you hiding from me? You know what I mean?
Somebody said, "Oh shit, my stomach just turned reading this. Oh shit, I really feel sick. I'm not even lying." It was
that's some fucked up shit.
Phil says she dirty. I don't think I can continue being with her serious like that. Keisha said, "Never in a million years would I do a stunt like that." Somebody said she's corny for that one. Somebody else said no fucking way. So I asked, what would you do? Like, would you leave her? And somebody said it was a tough one. I don't even have an answer. She's definitely disrespectful. And Taryn said he's too far in it to back out, but I would possibly have some trust issues with her. Then she won't talk to him like he's in the wrong. She has a lot of damage control to do and isn't acting like she's in the wrong. I would need some time to regroup. So this is your wife. I don't think that you should be ending a relationship over it. I feel like you're all the way in it. You guys have a son. You know, other than that, he didn't have any issues. But
yeah,
she definitely needs to do some damage control.
We didn't have any issues because you hiding shit. So now I don't know what the fuck else you're hiding from me. I don't know what's going on. So for 6 years, for 6 years you've been hiding. Well, okay, well that's listen, damage control. A lot of it, but
so you getting a divorce?
No, I didn't say I was getting. I mean, I don't know what. I'm be honest with you. I don't know what the fuck I would do. Like, yo, that's some real shady shit, dog. That's like hiding a kid from me.
But what if she just? First of all, that is nothing.
I wish I could see her face like that.
You always jumping out the fucking window.
Jumping out the window at this one. I mean,
so fucking.
Ryan Leslie, shout out. Anyway, the winter song. But listen, but for real,
it's not the same thing.
6 years, no, it's not.
What if she really just liked the name?
Well, then you should tell me that at the beginning when you first have it.
So I said, Marquise, I really like this name, and you say, where did the name come from? Because you would say that, and I said, oh, I used to date someone with this name. What is your next move, dude?
I'd probably be like, hell no.
Exactly. Okay. That's probably why she didn't do it.
And guess what? Then that's what it should have been. Because guess what? It takes 2 to make a baby.
But it only takes 1 to take a name, to make a name, to pick a name.
It only takes 1 to fucking walk out the door. Like,
so are you getting a divorce? That's the move?
That's the approach right there, though. That she should have. She should have that approach. Well, it only takes 1 to have make a name. Yo, you lied to me for 6 years. Okay,
no,
so imagine me lying.
I'm saying that as me. I said that she needs to do damage control. She needs to fix this.
Right.
I'm asking you, what's your move?
I don't know yet. I really don't know. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I will really, obviously I feel betrayed. 6 years is a long time to keep something from somebody.
I needed her to smack that high school friend. I'm sorry.
Whatever. That ain't my problem. my problem is my wife lied to me for 6 years. That ain't my problem. And if that's what you worry about right now, the high school friend,
like
then we then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that just showed me that you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me. But
I think I agree with Taryn. She has a lot of damage control to do. The nerve of you to not even talk to me about this. You could at least be like, you know, I really just like the name. Hi, Devin. Can we help you?
We're doing a webcast. You want to say hi to everybody? No?
What's up? You need to go to bed. Turn the TV off. It's way past your bedtime.
Love you. But yeah, I don't know. I guess being the adult, and I'm putting the quotation marks, adult, I guess that's the right way to handle that, but I'm just saying, like, 6 years is a long time you lying to me. So that's like me saying, like, oh, I got...
Technically, she wasn't lying to you for 6 years. You never asked.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Where the name came from?
Right.
Obviously, he never asked.
Right.
He probably just said, yeah, that's hot.
That's hot, right.
Before.
You're right. Well, I guess that's... I don't know. I ain't with it, though. I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't with that shit.
Yeah, you're going to run and get a divorce.
6 years, a lie? Because you look at it, it's just, a lie is a lie.
It's not a lie, though. If you ask me where I got the name from, and so Devin's named after my friend who passed away. So if I told you I got Devin's name from Erica's friend Devin, and that wasn't the truth, I actually took it from, she's grown.
Right.
It was actually my friend that passed away. Right. That's a lie. But if he never asked her, and he doesn't say that he asked her, she never lied to him. She just never said where the name came from.
I totally understand what you're saying. I get the definition of a lie, but you are being dishonest. You know goddamn well if you would have told me where that name came from, that wouldn't have been my son's name. That's what I'm saying. You're being dishonest. Either way you look at it.
Guess that's why it's just two sides. We'll agree to disagree.
Right, we disagree on that one.
I think that was fucked up. I think she should have talked to him. I don't think it's a marriage ender.
I was a marriage ender. I just said I would be. I don't know what I would do. That's what I said. I don't know what I would do because honestly, I don't think the name thing is a big issue. That's not the issue. That's really not the problem with me.
Of course it is, because given the option, you said you wouldn't name the child that name.
Right, but the problem is. You did not tell me where it came from, and you knew that this would bother me, right? If I found out what this was, it would bother me.
Absolutely.
So therefore, why would you go ahead and do that anyway?
So what if I named it after my mother or my father, and you didn't like my father?
That's different.
And you didn't know his name, or my uncle, or somebody you didn't know.
What you mean? Somebody I didn't know.
Or that you just didn't like.
If it's somebody related to you, that's different. You didn't have like come on, it's your ex. We talk about ex and we talk about a father.
I really think it's a possibility she just really liked the name.
I guess. We can move on.
Somebody wrote something?
No, that was Christine. She wrote something earlier about the other thing we talked about. She said, when things are meant to be, they will happen at the exact moment that it should happen.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's what I said. Right. Well, yeah, I mean, we can move on from that one. Like I said, it's two sides. We can just leave it there. I would love some feedback on that one, guys.
Oh, we got a lot of feedback, but on my post. But I'm not disagreeing with you that she was wrong.
All right.
I'm disagreeing with you that she lied.
Yeah, and I agree with you that okay, she didn't lie. I get that, but she was being dishonest as fuck. So we can agree on that part, right?
Yeah.
All right. No, that shit's crazy. You got anything else?
Yep, I posted name something that's non-sexual that turns you on.
Glasses. What else? What else does somebody else say?
Knowledge. Pretty lips. Eyes.
Pretty lips are sexual because you think about their lips for a couple of reasons, though, right?
And what's the glasses?
No.
Anything can be made sexual. But anything can be made sexual.
Glasses cannot be made sexual.
No?
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Right? How many times you watch a movie or a porn and the hair's wrapped up, the glasses are on, and then all of a sudden the glasses come off and the hair comes down?
You got these glasses on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, whatever. A man that smells good.
Mm-hmm. What else? I could
a woman that's humble.
Be humble. Sit down. Yeah. What else?
Thighs.
Yes. Thighs are a good one.
Being spontaneous. You said that.
I said that one, yeah.
I said elaborate and you said I will on the podcast. So right. I'm going to come back to you.
Okay.
Jawline, smile, eyes. Somebody said a jawline.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, that's weird. Smile, eyes, smelling good, and clean sneakers. Clean sneakers was a huge one for me. Someone said food. A man dressed in work boots and sweatpants. So I saved this one for last.
Work boots and sweatpants.
Somebody said sweatpants, and another person said work boots.
Oh, they said work boots and sweatpants together. I was like, where's that coming from?
My love, Krista, said fast food. Right? And Christina said adventurous. So you replied to the fast food comment and said, this is why Mrs. Fordham or Tiffany, no more Chick-fil-A. I need you to love me for me.
Right.
So Krista replied to you and said, happy meals equal happy endings.
Good one. Good comeback. Bless you.
Thank you.
Good comeback.
So elaborate, sir.
Okay. Spontaneous. Like anything. It doesn't have to be like, jump out the window and shit. It could just be like, Tim is good for this, right? So I might come home and maybe a package and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I open it up. It's something for me. That's spontaneous to me, like that. Like, you know what I mean? It don't have to be that. It could be just cooking my favorite meal when I'm not thinking about it. You just made it. That kind of stuff. That it shows that you care. It shows that you were thinking about me when, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So that turns me on.
Any others?
Nah, top of my head, I can't really think of none right now.
I like an educated man.
Yeah.
But that's hood too.
That's what?
That's also hood.
A
thoroughbred, as Nas has one.
Thoroughbred. Yeah, I think that's it. I think your fingernails.
These little shits.
They're not fucked up. Like I've seen some fucked up. Your nails should look like mine.
Do you ever see that joint that said her nails look like this, so I can get these or something? And
Right. Hey, that's fucked up. No, your nails can't look like mine. That's nasty. Anything else, Mama?
I don't think so.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really write for this podcast, so excuse me. I'm sorry.
I do have this one thing. If you go through my phone while I'm asleep, all evidence gets thrown up because you did a search without a warrant. I thought
That's some bullshit.
That was so funny.
That's thorough, but it's some bullshit. I mean, fuck that. You go to my phone while I'm asleep, I'm gonna get hit upside the head. Well, not now. Before, I would have got hit upside the head with a shoe or something. Oh shit.
I posted a picture that said, Mom was pregnant with me, so she missed her senior prom. 18 years later, I took her to mine. And I gotta tell you, first of all, she slayed everything. The mom. And I just thought it was another kid, like his age, like another senior or whatever. I thought that was the cutest thing ever. And they looked super amazing. So.
That's what's up.
It was a little boy. Boys and their moms.
That's right. Mama's boy over here. Well,
I just want to end on this one, if you're good. Says, my therapist taught me to interrupt my anxious thinking without thoughts like, what if things work out? And what if all my hard work pays off? So I'm passing that on to you wherever you are, wherever you're leaving, or whomever you're becoming.
Right. Absolutely. Yo, listen. So on that note, what she just said, again, anytime you have a negative thought, you have to force that negative thought out with a positive thought. You know what I mean? So if you got this thought in your head that, oh, I'm ugly, and guess what? You're going to put yourself in a whirlwind of doubt, fear, and everything else. So jump out of that whirlwind, man. You know what I mean? It's much nicer on this side, being happy, being joyful. You know what I mean? So just do that. I love y'all. I'm Mar.
I'm Tiffany.
All right, we're out. This has been Two Sides. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for supporting us. T-shirts are $25. You can contact me or Tiffany on social media, text messages. Those that ordered the shirt, I mailed out a few. I'm still waiting on colors and sizes for others. So just give me another week or two, but they will be mailed out. So again, I love you guys. Oh, hats will be coming very, very, very soon. Hats will be coming very soon. Doing package deals with the hats and shirts. When they come in, I'll definitely post that. We're doing something sort of to like what my man Nipsey Hussle was doing with the Proud to Pay. So again, I'm not going to steal his shit because that's what he got, Proud to Pay. But I love that idea. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle again. Be proud to support your your local businesses and your friends and families. Me and Tiffany, we do that a lot. We try to support all our friends. If you have a business or anything else, we support because it's important. You know what I mean? To just support and show that love for everybody else. I mean, it's hard out there, and we know that. So let's make a difference and let's support each other. You know what I mean? Let's get this thing popping. Let's make a dent. We love y'all. We out.
Good night.
Peace.